Hiya! So today we're going to be doing a full video talking about our favourite 5 bands. So we're going to be talking all thing metal music, and yeah, we're talking about all sort of like different genres of like metal music, and also our favourite 5 bands in ranking, and kind of like why they're our favourite 5 like favourite bands. We're going to be doing this more and more as like time goes on, talking about metal music. We both absolutely love it and adore it, so we feel like it'd be quite fun to do like a little series. So if you enjoy it as well, you might enjoy this video. So we're going to start at number 5. So should I go first?
You can go first.
You can go first. So my 5th choice, if I had to pick, it's a difficult decision, but I would say probably I'm really torn between, I'm gonna have to put Slipknot down. I feel like one of us is gonna have to put Slipknot down as one of our choices.
It ain't gonna be me.
And it's not gonna be you, so I'm gonna put it down as mine. I feel like they've done so much for metal bands coming up into the industry. So I feel like they're gonna have to be number 5 for me. Obviously, I love them and think their music is incredible, but I genuinely feel like they have done so much for the industry. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say they sort of paved the way for a lot of up-and-coming bands, and I think I like their old stuff a lot, but I didn't really keep up with them. Yeah, I don't dislike their new stuff, but their old stuff will always be in my heart. But
like, we saw them at Download, and it was like a very interesting, like a iconic moment, because we were both like, you know, the thing with Slipknot as well is nobody can be like them. Like, people, like there's gonna be, obviously there's been bands and people trying to like copy the style of Slipknot, but there is only one Slipknot. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like with a lot of other bands, you can get ones that are quite similar, like, but with Slipknot you just can't, I personally feel. So for me, they're number 5. Difficult decision, but number 5 for me. Right, what's your number 5?
I mean, in contrast, it would be another masked band that have had like controversy with Slipknot, I guess, in the past. The Mushroomhead.
You love Mushroomhead though.
And that's the main reason that they were the first gig I ever went to.
You got you can show a tattoo.
Yeah, even got them tattooed here. I love them. I saw them in Plymouth when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that familiar with them at the time. Like, I heard like 1 or 2 songs, and I was like, yeah, why not? And then it sort of just became a thing that I just became a big old mega fan. I own all their albums. I would probably say that 13's probably their best album in my opinion. And I still rinse it to this day. I just have a special place in my heart.
Mushroomhead.
Mushroomhead.
Yeah. I've never, like, being like genuine, I've never given I don't know if it's gonna get hate, but I've never given Mushroomhead like the time of day. Like, I feel like it's something. Boo, be me. But at the end of the day, like, people have different opinions on different artists. Like, my opinion and your opinion ain't, like, some people are not going to agree with it, and that's just life. But I've never like properly given Mushroomhead the proper good time of day, and I feel like I should, but I've just never had that spark yet. Maybe one day I will have that spark to
it definitely
give it a proper
grows
listen,
on, yeah.
You know,
like they're unique. Like, I heard one song of theirs and did not like it at all when I first heard it, and I guess after trying it over and over again, it sort of just stuck. And yeah, now I'm a big old fan and have them tattooed on my skin, so I guess I did turn out to be a fan after all, just didn't know it.
So number 4 for me is actually going to be Motionless in White, which I was a bit unsure if I was going to put them as my number 5, but I have to put them as number 4 because for me, I've not heard a song I don't like, and I feel like that's quite impressive for a band to bring out songs after songs where they're like, they get better and better, and I just find them very upbeat. Like, I could be feeling like down, or I'm you know, ready, like I need to go somewhere, and I'm listening to them, and it's like very upbeat. Some of their songs, obviously, like a lot of their songs are emotional, but a lot of them just get me ready for the day, and that's what you need in a band. And I really, really love their music. I like their style as well. I think they're very cool. Like their music videos, I think they're very authentic to themselves. Like that's the thing, is like my favorite thing about bands is I don't like people that like copy each other. So I feel like Motionless and White are very unique to themselves, which I really love. I just really like them. They're very good live. We saw them at Download again for the first time, and they were very impressive. They didn't get main stage. They got like the second to main stage, which I think was a massive shame, because yeah, it was. Because they definitely deserve main stage. They put on a really, really good show, and I just really enjoy them. And I think Chris, his blurs, like you can't beat it, you know.
Yeah, they're pretty fat.
Yeah, like for me, I think he's one of the best in the game for it. I think he's definitely the best. His voice is so unique as well. Like it's so amazing. I love it. You're a big fan of Motionless now, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I mean, I've known about them for years. I just never really gave them the time of day. I think
you listened to them
since I saw them live. I think.
Yeah.
I dabbled in their new album, or their newest, should I say? But then when I heard them live, I was like, oh, these guys don't mess about.
Yeah, because we went to the stage. I really wanted to. We both wanted to see them. I really wanted to see Motionless and White.
Yeah, I wanted to give them a go because I'd liked what I'd heard.
But that in itself is like so impressive. But like, you go and see an artist, and then you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go home and listen to them. Because I personally think, like, it's happened to me maybe like 3 times. Like 3 or 4 times where I've actually, like, I'll think a band's cool, but like actually going, because I'm one of those people where I listen to the same band over and over and over again, and I'm not very good at listening to new music, so I like the same stuff. Yeah. So when you go and see like a band, and they're like, they put an impact on you where you're like, that is so sick, and you go back and you listen to it on your own, I just think, wow, like that's talent. Like they are doing something which they're gauging new audience.
Yeah, so I thought they were incredible. And I still don't know their entire library, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm just a bit late to the game.
You listen to them more than I do.
Yeah.
Like you'll listen to them at the gym and stuff.
The newest album's the one that I've listened to the most.
Yeah.
I don't, like, honestly say, I don't think I've listened to any of their other albums the whole way through, just odd tracks here and there.
Yeah.
But I'll get around to it.
Cool.
I'm a busy man.
I'm a busy man. What's number 4 for you?
Number 4 for me would probably be Traitors.
Another tattoo?
Yeah.
James has got his whole arm.
But it's on the back of my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's not on my arm.
James has got a lot of tattoos of bands.
It's on my
albums
calf.
even.
Yeah, the Traitors, that was a weird one. They sort of just appeared out of nowhere for me. Like I must have been like 16, something like that. And I think I saw something of theirs on like Instagram. I'd never heard of them. And I was like, oh, I think it was the hate campaign. I think I heard. And I was like, bloody hell. Like, at the time, I wasn't really that into my deathcore. There was a couple bands, but I wouldn't say I was a deathcore fan. But when I heard them, I was like, oh, these guys are pretty serious. And it was listening to Tyler's vocals that made me want to start, like, maybe learn how to do it myself. So I did a lot of trial and error, listening to their songs, singing along to them, and then finally, like, figuring out how it's done. And yeah, like, they just sort of stuck with me. Like, they're not technical or anything, but they get the message across, and I like simple. Like, it's just angry music, and I like that a lot. Like, so we even had a time where we went to London because they were meant to be supporting.
That wasn't good.
Attila.
No, it was goodish gig. We're
it
not
was.
Like big Attila fans.
Yeah, so
like
he's
good.
It was a fun gig, like.
Yeah.
But we were going. I was making Courtney come with me because I wanted to see Traitors, but then they pulled out. But we didn't get refund tickets, so we just went, sod it, let's still go.
Yeah, because we like booked everything, and then they pulled out. I think it was like a month, because we obviously we go to quite a lot of gigs, but we book up, like, we're quite
We don't get a lot in the south, so we have to travel.
Yeah, so we had to travel, and I think with like our both like schedules, we were like, oh, we'll go to the Tiller one because it's like, it was like a weekend or something.
And, you know, Traitors was on there, so I was gonna make it work one way or another.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was heartbroken. They pulled out, but we still went to the gig. Like,
Oh gosh.
you know, we already spent this money. Might as well just go. It was still fun, but we just didn't see who we went there to see.
Because like we go to a lot of gigs, what I was saying before, because I don't even know what happened to me, but we go to a lot of gigs, so we book things in advance. Like if you go to gigs, the best advice I would say is literally like, we've got a gig in November, October, no, November. I would say November. We've got 2 gigs in December, and we've got 1 in October, and we book everything like way in advance, because if you're like getting a hotel or you're getting like travel, like
it's pricey.
Yeah, it's really expensive. So we always do things like really in advance. So we did that with a Tiller. Like we did it way in advance, and we always do the thing that says non-refundable, because
we put faith in the bands we're seeing.
Yeah, and it's not even just that though. If you get non-refundable, it's so much cheaper than like if you pay refundable prices. Yeah. It's like really expensive.
And in these trying times, you got to hold on to that money. That's
exactly.
merch money.
Exactly. So
that is merch money. No.
But we don't do it bougie. Like we stay in like cheap.
Travelodge.
Yeah, literally cheap ass hotels.
If you're feeling fancy, Premier Inn.
Yeah, and we go by coach. Like we always coach it. We don't get trains, because even if we say had the money, it's just a waste of money. Like you get there the same. You get both get there. Do you know what I mean?
It's really not that bad, because obviously we go really early in the morning. So like I take my DS with me and play Pokemon. She sleeps. Like everyone's happy.
Yeah, like, exactly. So we literally do it so that like it's way cheaper. Like we don't spend too much money. Like to get to London is like £25 by coach. Like it's
each.
Not each.
No.
No, it's £25 for both of us to get there.
No. Well, she's the one who's in charge of planning. I just turn up.
Yeah, you just turn up.
I just throw money and turn up.
Yeah, it's not expensive. So if you are trying to like go to gigs, just coach it. I know it's not ideal and it's not bougie and it's not any of them things, but it saves you a penny.
It does the job. It does the job.
Yeah. So we are number 3 now, and my number 3rd one. This one's like
number 3rd.
Number 3rd. That's it. Number 3. It's really hard for me because like I don't know. Like these 3 bands are like my favourite. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna do it. Sleep Token is gonna be number 3 for me. Oh, it pains me to say it though, because I'm like, oh. For me, Sleep Token is someone that I've only just started listening to. Well, I would say I've been listening to for about a year, so maybe like in grand scheme of things, I guess that is just still a new fan technically. A year fan?
Yeah.
Maybe a year and a half.
Yeah, about that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Year and a half, new fan.
Yeah, I guess it's a new fan. But I love Sleep Token. For me, his voice is like one of the best vocals in the game. I feel like that is very controversial to say, but for me, that's just how I feel. I think he is so...
I wouldn't even say in the game. I'd say they're in a game of their own.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't really think of other bands which sound...
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like vocals, like in metal. Like, I know it's like the most beautiful voices.
I
think
even if you look outside of metal and rock and stuff, he's just got a...
great voice.
Yeah, a really powerful voice.
I literally love him. Like I like his songs and I like the message of the songs, but it's the voice for me that just like, I don't know why. I love the like just his deep voice. It's just...
I think he just has that effect on women.
No, it's not even like that, but it's just like, I just love his voice. I think he's so talented. I love like the breakdowns, like everything, like his songs. I just think they are so great. I don't know how to describe how much I love it. I just love it.
It takes you places.
Yeah. For me, I do like the songs. Like I like the songs. I think the songs are very good, but it's the vocals for me that like is why he's... Oh, obviously his name is like Vessel, isn't it? Yeah. But it's the voice. That's the reason that's the reason Sleep Token are one of my favourite bands of all time. It's the vocals. Like the vocals are just absolutely outstanding. I just can't get enough. Like I listen to his voice and I'm like, wow.
Well, I think the artistry as well behind it all. They don't have to show their faces to like get their message across. They just make music.
Because I forget about the whole mask thing. like I'll listen to them and I forget that like obviously people know who he is, like some people know like that, you know, the person underneath the mask, but like for me it's like I completely forget about the whole mask. I forget there's even people performing because the voice is just like you're in a different land.
Yeah, well, some people call it a gimmick, but I think it's quite fun, like not knowing who it is behind the mask.
Yeah.
I don't know why people were so desperate to find out, because like in reality it doesn't matter what you look like if you're good if you're talented, then like your look shouldn't matter.
No, it shouldn't. No, like, exactly.
Because you know he could be ugly, but like it doesn't take away the talent he's got, so it shouldn't matter what he looks like.
No.
Whereas I think the mask adds to the whole thing.
Yeah, very, very cool. Very, very cool. Very, very in tune. What is number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me would be Shadow of Intent.
Oh my god, you love. Oh my god, obsessed.
Yeah, like it was kind of a juggle. I was going to put them at 2, but I think 3 is where they sit for me. Like if you look at like my Spotify, like you know, you get your yearly like what you've been listening to. Shadow Intent's always there. I'm pretty sure I did 3 years in a row where Shadow Intent was at number 1.
Really? Wow. That's
I had
crazy.
1 year where obviously it shows like your top 5 songs. So there was 1 year I had 3 of their songs were my top 5 most played, and their song Intensified Genocide, which it was either out last year, I think last March. Last year's Spotify reviews told me that I listened to it 164 times, just that one song.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I first heard of them.
So you must be listening to it like nearly every day.
Every day, without fail.
It's like 100 something. That means like
every single day. Even now, I still listen to it most days.
Really? Yeah.
Like, you say like there are 2 songs which I always. One of, if not both of them, always come on the day. It's either The Forsaken Effigy or Intensified Genocide, and that's because they slap.
They slap.
You know, I first heard of them because a mate of mine told me that like he'd heard of a band that did an album based on Halo, and obviously Halo is one of my favorite like game franchises of all time. I used to play it all the time as a kid. I thought it was really cool, and I was able to listen to the style of music I wanted to listen to, and it be a game that I love. So it sort of went hand in hand, and yeah, and then you get like Chris Wiseman on the guitars. He's a wizard with that thing, and then Ben's lows are just redonkulous. Like there's no other word for it. Like I feel like they're underrated. When you look at
they are underrated.
When you look at like how much praise like people like Will Ramos, Alex Terrible get, like, I think
I
Ben.
do love Will Ramos.
I think Ben's up there. Like I actually think his lows could give some of those guys a run for their money. He doesn't do the vocal gymnastics stuff. Like he just has the things he's good at, and he's really good at. Like.
That's sometimes all you need, though, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, and like when I saw him live, like I think it was the beginning of the year. Like, made me realise that these guys are probably my favourite band I've ever seen live. Like,
that's such a big statement to make as well.
And I've been to a lot of gigs. Unfortunately, Courtney couldn't come to that one.
No, I couldn't.
Like she was otherwise occupied, so obviously I gave the ticket to the original mate who showed me the band in the first place.
Yeah, that's nice though. I feel like that's like, because like the thing with me is like obviously I know them because Jamie listens to them like all the time, but I wouldn't sit here and say I'm like a massive fan of them. That's simply because I've not given them the proper time of the day that I should have. Like, I
think it's an acquired taste.
That's the thing though. It's nice that you went with someone that showed you that. That's like a really cute thing. I think it's nice. It's really sweet.
I think it's an acquired taste because they don't often mix it up. Like you don't get like some soft songs. Every song is balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you gotta be in the mood for it, but like if you're feeling like low or you need like a little like kick up the behind.
Yeah, no, I get you. Sweet.
You need to put something from Shadow of Intent on, and it'll get you in gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's number 3.
That's number 3.
So for me, number 2. This is the thing. It's a real big struggle because I can't pick between the 2 bands. I don't know. I'm gonna have to be real. For me, number 2 is gonna be Bring Me the Horizon. Bring Me the Horizon are the first band they are my childhood band. I feel like, yeah, they're my childhood band. I started listening to them when I was like 14. I don't know how old I was quite young. I'm 22 now, so it's been a long few years of listening to the band. But they were the first proper band that I like proper fell in love with. Obviously I was like, you know, but yeah, it's like one of the first bands that I really fell in love with. They just helped me through some really rubbish times. Like, I was a young teenager, like had no idea what I was feeling, like my emotions and stuff, and then I was listening to them and they just kind of made me like feel things, and like I kind of felt like they were reflecting on like how my emotions was at the time, and they definitely helped me through some dark periods. So I give a lot of credit to that band. I still love them now, and we're literally going to see them in January, and we saw them at Download. And
yeah, we waited for an hour to get front row. Yeah, Thursday at Download. Courtney just like, right, let's head down there now. They weren't on for another hour. We just stood there waiting.
I mean, an hour's not that long to wait. It's not that bad for bands.
We'd already been in the arena all day.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, right, we're getting our spot now.
But Bring Me the Horizon mean a lot to me. I give a lot of credit to them because they helped me through such a difficult times in my life, and like I just, you know, I feel like it's one of those bands where it's like, if I'm being real with you, I feel we all have that band that like I couldn't give a thingy what music they bring out. Like, some people are like, their new music rubbish. To me, I still love it, but like to me it's like, because I have so much respect for them and so much like time of day for them, I just love their music no matter what, because of the fact that I have a lot of respect for them because they helped me through such a bad time. I think that makes sense.
I mean, I've never been a huge fan of them.
No, you haven't. That's fair.
I don't dislike them by any means. Like, they've got a few songs which, like, it was on, I'll bob my head to, but like, in all fairness to them, they put on a hell of a live show. Because I don't particularly enjoy their music, but I did really enjoy their show, and like, I was pretty taken back by that, because like, I've been to shows where like, I've liked the band's album stuff, but like, they've like sort of let you down, like, live. Whereas I don't listen to Bring Me the Horizon, but like, I thoroughly enjoyed their set.
Yeah, like their stage presence because I saw them, the first time I ever saw them live was in 2000. It was either 2015, I think it was 2015, or it was 2014. That was the first time I saw Bring Me the Horizon live.
How old were you when you saw them?
I think I was year 9.
You were like 13, 14?
Yeah.
You were looking about 9 years ago.
I know, it was a long time ago,
Yeah.
but
2014?
I don't know, but yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I've just loved them for years, and the love will never stop. I'm sure my kids are going to love them too. So, yeah. Anyway, you'll go. Number 2.
My number 2, without a doubt, would be Whitechapel.
Oh, not number 1.
Not quite.
Man.
Close to number 1, but not quite. Like, yeah, Whitechapel, I don't know, like, I've been a fan of them now for 11 years.
Yeah, long time. You're a big fan of Whitechapel.
And obviously I was just an angsty teenager, and the music just sort of went hand in hand. Like, when I first heard the Somatic Defilement, I was just, it's made me feel badass. Like, little 13-year-old me listening to some of the heaviest stuff I'd ever heard at the time. And yeah, I just carried on listening to them, and then like the thing which like really solidified like their importance to me is like they brought out the Mark of the Blade.
Oh god, yeah. Haven't I not heard that before?
Yeah, and they brought that out around the same time where I was going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it helped me through a really bad time in my life, and it kept me afloat. It's not for everybody by any means, but like, it's if you look past all the shouting and all that, like there's a bit of beauty to it.
Oh, that's cute. That's really cute.
You know, I feel like I would never get sick of them. I even got them tattooed on my hand.
Yeah,
like,
that's commitment. That's finest.
I'm seeing them in October as well, so that's like maybe a dream come true.
Like, you're freaking out.
Yeah, I think as it gets closer, I'll probably be like a bit more like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
We really want to try. Like that's the thing is like they're supporting the main artist, but I think
the main artist in my eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Viata's Murder's just turning up with Whitechapel.
But I reckon when the main act is on, we're gonna have to try and find.
I gotta meet Phil.
Yeah, you gotta meet Phil's Bozeman.
Yeah, I gotta meet Phil.
You gotta meet him. So I reckon.
I don't even care if I miss Viata. I do like Viata's Murder, but like, gotta meet.
I reckon he might be at the merch table.
No, he's gotta be.
Will you freak out?
If I meet Phil, I actually think I'll probably just be a fangirl.
I thought you were going to say faint or something.
Oh, yeah, well, that's my number 2. Like, yeah, Whitechapel just, they're just the business. Like, I think they're the ones that started this whole deathcore thing.
Thing is, I do like deathcore, but you're just different. You just love it. It's like your thing, deathcore. You love it.
Like I said earlier on in the video, I just like being shouted at. Like, if, you know, with blast beats and, like, someone yelling at me, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, queen. So number 1 for me, and it's like a difficult one because I was like really didn't know where to put Bring Me the Horizon as number 1 because like they helped me for such a difficult time. But I'm gonna have to put Bad Omens as number 1 for me.
Shocker.
It's not shocking. Oh my god, I love Bad Omens. It's not even normal how much I love them. Their music really connects to me, and I feel like one of the reasons that I love them so much is because in my adult life, I've never connected to a band as much. Like, I've liked bands. Oh god, girl, I've liked bands, but I've not connected to a band and like listened to that album on repeat after repeat after repeat after repeat after repeat. And sometimes like I struggle with like mental health, like we all do, and I did struggle with it kind of a little while ago, and that's when I first found that's when I first found Bad Omens, and they just their music connected to me a lot, like really powerful music, and I love the words. I think the writing is absolutely fantastic, like how the song is like scripted together. I just think it's absolute like a piece of artwork. And yeah, it's the first band that I really fell in love with in my adult life, and I think that's quite rare. It's like, because we all have our bands, but I've just not fallen in love with like a proper band in my adult life in a long time, and they were the first band for me, and I'm just obsessed with their music. Like, I've never heard a song that I don't like from them. I love their old stuff. I love obviously their new albums, absolutely like a piece of artwork, but literally I just love all their music from like before to now. I just love it. I think it's very, very amazing, and it definitely is one of those things that if I'm feeling down, I can listen to them. If I'm feeling happy, I can listen to them. And I'm just obsessed.
Yeah.
My favourite song of all time is actually from there, and it's Glass Houses. Don't know why I love it so much, but
It's a belter, that's why.
It is a belter, but that is my favourite song of all time, I think.
A big statement.
Yeah, I would say so. I just love it. It's just my favourite. It's all personal preference though. That's the thing about music, like nobody's opinion is wrong. Like, you can like whatever you like, you know. Some people might not agree with my statements, but that's my statement, not yours, you know. Anyway, you go for number 1. This video is nearly half an hour long.
Well, my number 1 would be Korn. And
I do love Korn though.
They were the gateway band.
Yeah, unreal.
I was listening to them because my dad he's quite young when you consider, like, when I was little he was like 19, so like he was listening to all that like 90s new metal stuff, and I was just sort of there for the ride. So yeah, I got into Korn. I got into Korn just because it was on all the time, and I got my first CD from Korn. I got the album Issues, and I was 4 years old.
Yeah. Wow.
My mum got me my own CD player, and I only had this one CD that I'd listen to on repeat all the time. And then my second album was probably Untouchables, and that was the same thing, just constantly listening to it. I even was given a little electric guitar that I ended up breaking, because whenever it would play, I'd just smack the guitar on the floor.
Well, you see the others do it, and then
yeah,
like,
I was singing them, doing the music videos and all that, and I was just copying them.
That's so funny.
Yeah, yeah, I was just sort of, I was with Korn. Like, it even went into like when I was, I want to say 10, 11, that I started copying what Jonathan Davis would wear, being the Adidas tracksuits.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Adidas tracksuit bottoms.
Oh, he loves it.
And I only wore them because Jonathan Davis did. Like, he was my idol, and like he's still more or less is now. Like, I don't listen to him as much as I used to, but like they're still the one.
I feel like with Korn, I don't think you can't not like them. But obviously, there's gonna be people, there's gonna be haters.
I feel like you don't even have to be a metal fan to like them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just Korn.
There'll be haters, and they'll be like, I don't like them, they're rubbish. But they're lying. You're lying to yourself, because Korn are insane.
Even to this day, when you look at songs like "Freak on a Leash," it's considered iconic.
It is, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, I think my favourite song of theirs is probably "Somebody Someone." Like, never hearing that, and it just blew my socks off. I was like 6, I think, when I first heard that.
See, the thing is, I do love Korn, and I do wish I put them as like one of my number 5s, but I don't know, it's like Slipknot or Korn, and it's a very difficult decision, because I literally love Slipknot.
Difficult for you, Korn.
Yeah. For me, I'm like, I don't know. For you, you love Korn.
Yeah, I do love Slipknot, like that, but they're just not in the top 5. Like, if you had asked me a few years ago, back when I was still developing my music taste and was still sort of a noob to metal and all of its subgenres and stuff, there was a time when Slipknot was the heaviest thing I'd ever heard in my life, and then along comes Whitechapel, and the rest is history.
Thing is with Slipknot though, I just think they've, like you said, they've paved the way for so many different bands. I think that in itself is like a very remarkable thing.
There's no doubt that they're iconic. Like,
yeah, I don't know, yeah.
Like,
anyway.
that like, their albums like Iowa, like, yeah, this timeless classics. Like, I still love them now. Like, but I suppose I just didn't keep up with the new wave of music. I don't really know how to put it, but like, I like it, but it's not the same. Like
Corey Taylor's just brought out his new album, hasn't he?
Yeah, you know, I'm not one of those people that thinks it's a bad thing that bands change. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Anyway, that's the end of our video. Our video is way longer than it ever should have been.
Yeah.
This video is literally like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the end of our video. I hope you have an amazing day, and we will see you very soon. We'll do another video like this coming up, like little podcasts and stuff. But yeah, we thank you so much. Itchy foot.
Catch you later.
Yeah, but thank you for watching. Bye bye.